the starting strength novice linear progression, the greatest thing about it is how simple it is. The program is simple. The instructions are simple. I mean, a lot of people at first find the execution of the lifts difficult. And then when they do it for a while, they realize, oh, the execution of the lifts is not the most difficult thing in terms of form and technique. It's not rocket science. It's nothing that crazy. What becomes difficult is the programming aspect further down the line. So at first you have no idea how to squat. You learn to squat. You add a bunch of weight to the squat, and then you get stuck. And that's the thing that I think people miss a lot of times, or that they don't quite understand, is I get lifters all the time. It's great for my business. So thank you. Keep getting stuck and hiring me to coach you. But I think that people get so ingrained into 3 sets of 5, adding 5 pounds to the bar, that they forget about the process, or they even start to hate any type of progress. And the example I'll give is new lifters, or newish lifters, people that have kind of pushed this hard. And when they get to the point where they don't get 5, 5, 5 on the squat, more specifically, the press or the bench press, and they say, I am stuck. And when I talk to these people about this, I say, well, tell me what happened. And, hey, well, I squatted 285 for 3 sets of 5. And then I went to 290 and I got 544. So it's over. And I always remind them, you just squatted 5 more pounds than you've ever squatted. And you did it for a total of 13 reps, which is pretty great. You should have just hit a set of 2 at the end. You would have gotten 15 total reps of this new weight. And you have proof that you have gotten stronger because you put more weight on the bar. Now, people could complain about that philosophy. They could say, well, did they get stronger? Is squatting 285 for 3 sets of 5 not stronger than 290 for 5, 4, 4, 2 or whatever? But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you produce more force, then you did something that you have never done. And I think that in the press, in the bench press particularly, people get quote unquote stuck. And so they do 5, 3, 3, they retry it. Usually when they retry it, it's even worse. They get, 4, 3, 3, and they just back down 20% and they run back towards the same wall. But what I tell people, I told a guy today, guy joined us from Minnesota. I coached him and he's in our Slack channel now, which you can join. We got 5 starting strength coaches in there, a community of over 200 lifters. It's $29 a month from the Strength Co. And you can, drop in a form check. You're not getting the kind of coaching that you're going to get from a, in-depth personal one-on-one like the gentleman today did, but you'll get some feedback. But in any event, what I told that man was, I said, hey, you're not stuck. It's still going up. You're not really stuck until you go up 2.5 pounds and you get 0. And then you may not even be stuck. You're just, you need to change the program. But if you can add weight and do something, it's good and it's great. And, don't get locked into this. Starting strength is exactly what the 2 words say. It's when you're starting strength. And if you're getting to the point where you're missing reps on the squat, missing reps on the press, missing reps on the bench, the deadlift, congratulations, because that means you've actually been training, you've actually been working hard, and you've actually been doing things that get to the point where you've reached your limits. Then you have to ask yourself the first 3 questions. Am I sleeping enough? Am I eating enough? Am I resting enough between sets? All those things come into play. But if you get to the point where you're missing reps, that is not a bad thing. I'd argue that it's a good thing, because most people just put weight on the bar, and when it gets relatively hard, they just do the same weight over and over, or they back down and they send in videos and they say, oh, this is so hard. And I watch it and I go, you could literally put 50 pounds on the bar right now. So do your 3 sets of 5, add weight to your 3 sets of 5. But when that stops, keep adding weight to the bar. At first, you won't do that forever, but keep adding weight to the bar, collect reps at new weights that you've never lifted, and be happy that you are making progress, even if you're not making progress as 3 sets of 5. And remember, for sets of 3 and sets of 2 and even singles, as you're running this thing out, as you get stronger, the lower reps are okay. We don't have you do 1, 2, and 3 reps when you start, because you're weak and you're not moving much load. You're not moving much weight. And so it wouldn't do much for you to do it. So 5 is a good number where there's actually enough reps happening where you can accumulate some volume, but not so many that you're in a cardio land. But now that you've gotten your numbers up and you're running into these issues, hey, hitting a weight you've never hit for 3 sets of 3, that's fantastic. So don't beat yourself up. You've started strength and now you're in the lovely world of a late novice, early intermediate, and that's a good place to be.